John Steinbeck, of Mice and Men. Dive into the intricate tapestry of human connections and dreams in John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. This compelling narrative introduces George and Lennie, two unlikely companions bound by friendship and necessity, traversing the harsh realities of 1930s America. As you explore their journey, the summary illuminates themes of hope and despair, power and dependency, depicted through a vivid cast of characters on a Californian ranch. At the heart lies the pursuit of the American dream, a poignant symbol of ambition and longing, often overshadowed by the fragility of existence. Readers are invited to unravel the complexities of loyalty, strength, and the inevitable fate awaiting those who dare to dream in uncertain times. Prepare for an emotional expedition into a world where every action reverberates with the weight of its consequence, and where each character's quest for belonging mirrors the universal human struggle.
Bonds beyond survival. When you first encounter George Milton and Lennie Small, their differences are as striking as the California landscape they find themselves in. Exhausted, they stumble into a serene clearing, startling the wildlife as they arrive. Here, beside the Gabilan Mountains and the Salinas River, they pause by a green pool, where Lennie, true to his name's irony, eagerly gulps the unclean water. While Lennie's immense stature resembles a bear, George compliments him with a wiry and agile frame, warning Lennie he could fall ill yet again. Lennie's simplicity extends beyond his physical actions. He clutches a dead mouse for comfort, insisting he found it that way, though George doubts this repeated claim. Clearly, Lennie faces significant mental challenges that see him endangering himself and forgetting key details, like their journey's purpose of finding work at a nearby ranch. His dependence on George is an unspoken truth, highlighted by George's sometimes sharp words that veil genuine concern and care. The duo trudges on, exhausted from walking due to a bus dropping them miles from their destination. As night descends, George settles on the idea of resting in the clearing and reaching the ranch in the morning. The evening brings its own tales, an imagined future where they save enough to own a farm, tend to animals, and where Lennie tends eagerly to his beloved rabbits. This dream offers a flicker of joy and peace, even if far off amid their harsh reality. Should misfortune catch up to them, George instructs, Lennie is to return to this spot and wait for him. Of Mice and Men swiftly unveils the depth of George and Lennie's relationship, rooted both in abiding friendship and unavoidable reliance. Lennie would be helpless without George's street-smart guidance, but George also leans on Lennie for companionship and the work his strengths enable. Their dynamic paints a picture of interdependency that's not solely heartwarming but also bears shadows. Lennie's imagined bunnies symbolize a precarious trust, mirroring his grip on an innocent mouse, suggestive of fragility in possibly unintentional harm. His dependence on the inviting pool of water adds yet another layer to the overarching theme, life's delicate balance and the vulnerabilities lurking within it. Dreams and power. At a bustling ranch, George and Lennie find themselves amidst an array of intriguing personalities. Candy, an old handyman missing a hand, worries about his usefulness. His closest companion is an aging dog, mirroring his own fears of obsolescence. Upon learning of George and Lennie's dream to own a farm, Candy eagerly offers his life savings to join them, bringing their fantasy within reach. This blend of hope and pragmatism reveals a deep longing for stability and belonging, showcasing the power of shared dreams. Crooks, the isolated stable hand, is initially skeptical. His experiences as a black man on the ranch, segregated by both his race and physical condition, make him cynical. Yet, even Crooks is drawn to the possibility of a better future when he sees the practical side of their plan. His eventual willingness to join underscores how hope is contagious, chipping away at the hard shell of cynicism born from routine disappointment. Slim, the mule driver, stands out as a natural leader, respected for his calm authority and wisdom. He sees the unique bond between George and Lennie, understanding the intrinsic strength found in their friendship. In contrast, Curly, the boss's entitled son, embodies volatility and insecurity. Quick to anger, his insecurities manifest in frequent clashes with the workers, and a misplaced suspicion about his wife's whereabouts. An altercation with Lennie leaves Curly nursing a crushed hand, highlighting another critical theme: unrecognized strength. Lennie, unaware of his own power, struggles with the consequences of his physical might, whether it be harming animals or inadvertently scaring people. This struggle amplifies the theme of vulnerability masked by strength, evident in his dependency on George's guidance. Curly's wife, herself something of an enigma, navigates the ranch with a mix of confidence and caution. Her allure and presumed troublemaking rub off on those around her, creating tension and wariness among the ranch hands. She is drawn to Lennie after learning of his altercation with Curly, subtly challenging the traditional power structures at play. As a parallel narrative occurs, Slim's dog gives birth, sparking a ripple of decisions among the ranchers. Carlson, another worker, insists on putting down Candy's old dog, suggesting a puppy as a replacement. Candy's heartache embodies fears of redundancy and the waning of perceived worth, driving him towards George and Lennie's vision of their own land. Slim, ever perceptive, allows Lennie a puppy, sparking innocent excitement. Lennie's clumsy, eager handling of the newborn foreshadows his actions and struggles, echoing the fragile nature of their dreams. In private moments, George recounts to Slim their shared history in Lennie's vulnerabilities. From Lennie's tragic misunderstanding in Weed, where an innocent fondness for textures spiraled into chaos, to his almost childlike adherence to George's word, their story illustrates the delicate dynamics of power and dependency. Through George's eyes, we see Lennie's innocence, highlighted by his eagerness to create a place for himself and his eventual puppy on their imagined farm. This narrative is a tapestry woven with themes of hope, power, and the human condition. The dream of owning a farm symbolizes much more than property; it embodies the elusive American dream, perpetually within reach yet seemingly distant. The characters' aspirations and actions reflect broader societal struggles, painting a vivid picture of an era while exploring timeless truths. Strength, whether in physical form or through personal conviction, reveals its double-edged nature, shaping fates within this compelling mosaic of human experiences. Mercy and tragedy. Lennie sits alone in the barn, cradling a lifeless puppy. His mind swings between grief and frustration, muttering to the creature in his hands, unable to comprehend his own strength. Fearing George might no longer trust him with their shared dream of tending rabbits, Lennie is lost in remorse. Just then, Curly's wife enters. Despite knowing he shouldn't speak with her, Lennie finds her warmth inviting. She shares her own story of loneliness, revealing how her husband's possessiveness isolates her, and offers Lennie some comfort over the puppy's death, suggesting perhaps he could find another. Their conversation meanders into her unfulfilled dreams of becoming an actress. Lennie, innocent and earnest, explains his fondness for soft textures, whether they be animals or material. Curly's wife, understanding his fascination, invites him to touch her hair. Lennie, enraptured, strokes her hair gently, but soon, unintentionally, his touch becomes too firm. Panic ensues when she asks him to stop. In a frantic attempt to quell her escalating fear, he inadvertently kills her. Realizing the enormity of what he's done, Lennie flees to their prearranged meeting spot in the forest, hiding as chaos unfolds back at the ranch. George, burdened yet resolved, sets out to find him, knowing the gravity of the situation. Curly, filled with rage, seeks vengeance. George reaches Lennie first, armed with a grim resolve. Even with a gun in hand, George approaches with tenderness.
As John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men draws to a close, the delicate fabric of dreams and reality is juxtaposed with the inexorable cycle of hope and tragedy. The unsettling yet foreseeable outcome for Lennie underscores the novel's relentless portrayal of life's fragility. Each character embodies aspects of power, isolation, and the enduring dream of a better tomorrow, a stark reflection of the American dream's elusive nature. George's final act signifies both a profound sense of mercy and the ultimate sacrifice friendship can demand. Through this narrative, readers are reminded of the bonds that sustain us, even when fate seems determined to sever them. As you ponder on this evocative tale, you're left with an understanding of the profound impacts of companionship and the haunting reminders of the dreams that remain just out of reach, echoing the timeless human experience in the pursuit of purpose and belonging.